Cloak and Dagger also have one of the boring make your team invincible ultimates. In terms of fulfilling the fantasy of Cloak and Dagger, I mean, the animation is cool, and it gives you an excuse to swap to Cloak, because if your team is invincible, there's no reason to be healing them, but it's not doing much for me. I think my idea for a rework would be way more interesting. My vision for this is to turn Cloak and Dagger's ultimate into an enhancement ultimate. In the lore of Marvel Rivals, the reason only one out of the Cloak and Dagger pair can exist at a time is basically because their fates, their souls, and whatever have become all entangled. My idea for their new ultimate would be for Cloak and Dagger, through an act of sheer will, to untangle themselves from each other, allowing them both to exist at the same time for, let's say, 10 seconds. In this state, Cloak will hover over Dagger's shoulder, and while you're healing allies as Dagger, Cloak will automatically target nearby enemies to damage them. In addition, when you use your healing wall as Dagger, Cloak will automatically throw his blind a second or so later, regardless of if the blind is on cooldown. Here's the kicker though, you can still swap between Cloak and Dagger in this state. When swapping to Cloak, Dagger will instead be hovering over your shoulder, and while you're shooting enemies as Cloak, Dagger will automatically target nearby allies with healing. In addition, Cloak's blind will work in the inverse of how I've already described, with Dagger throwing her healing wall soon after you've thrown your blind, regardless of whether or not it's on cooldown. This, I think, would not only be more fun to use, but would do way more to achieve the fantasy of playing Cloak and Dagger.